everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube. And if you're not new here, welcome back. We're back in the car today because we are shopping yet again. I am just getting so anxious about the whole JOANN's closing situation, and I'm going to have these next couple of weeks coming up where I can't really do a lot of JOANN shopping. So I just figured I would go now, get what I really want to make sure it's still here before, they do these really big crazy sales and then I don't have an opportunity to get things I really wanted. So I figured it's better to pay maybe just a little bit more and make sure I get what I want before the store completely closes and I don't get what I wanted at all. So we are here at JOANN's today. We are doing a final JOANN's haul, which is so sad and so terrible, honestly. I mean, there's like really no other way to put it. I'm so upset that this is going to be one of our final JOANN's hauls. I am here in Virginia in case anyone's wondering where I'm located. Anyway, let me give you an idea of kind of what I'm shopping for today. I did not set a budget for myself because I figure since this is going to be one of our last times here, it's probably best that we just get what we need and I guess worry about the cost later. I didn't really anticipate having like a larger purchase spending this month, but I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So we're here despite our yarn ban, we are breaking it and we're just going to go shopping and pick up what we absolutely need. Someone's pulling in right next to me, which is just great. So I did also write down a list of everything I plan on getting while I'm in JOANN's because it's also written on my phone, but you guys are on my phone today. So I made a list so I could read it to you, just let you know kind of my baseline of what I'm thinking. And then if there's anything else I absolutely feel like I need when I'm in there, or maybe I feel like is not the most reasonable priced, I will wait on it or know that I can get it at Michael's at some point. It's not major, but I do have some major ones on here as well. So first off, Big Twist is a major. Obviously, we're not going to have Big Twist anymore if we don't have JOANN's. I definitely want to get black and white. Those are my two most used colors. I have a project in mind that I need like that light electric blue in and bright orange. So I'm going to get those two colors. And then I'm going to get the green tweed colorway if they have it as well. It's one of my favorite colorways from Big Twist. I feel like a lot of times people don't talk about the tweed yarn, but the tweed is so good. So if you have an opportunity to pick up some tweed, I would recommend it highly. I love the Big Tweed by Twist. The Big Twist tweed. Big tweed. So that's definitely something on the list. Quite a bit of sewing stuff as well. So I'm going to get some thread, rotary blade cutters, possibly another pair of like fabric scissors. We'll see if there's a good sale. And I also want to do a puff quilt blanket. I'm debating if I'll film that or not, but I want to make one of those. I see them everywhere and they look so fun and cute. So I do have some fabric I will be picking up as well. And that's a lot of what's on this list also. I want to grab some darning needles because I love JOANN's darning needles the most. They have the metal ones and they're just my favorite. I want to grab some buttons. I love the buttons here too. I also just love buttons. So I want to get some of the ones I know I typically use when I put buttons on a garment. I am going to get some Bernat white blanket yarn and some in green because I'm making a giant chunky weight blanket and I want to do the border in white. And then I want to do more squares in green. I know I was trying to do like scrap yarn situation, but when in Rome, am I right? So I'm going to get some of that. Debating if I want to grab some Juicy Couture yarn. I had a really fun project planned this year to make with Juicy Couture yarn, but now that you won't really be able to access it as easily, I don't know that I'll still make it. I don't know. I'll see what kind of sale there is on it, but that is on the list just in case. And that's actually all I have written down on the list as like things I really definitely want to focus on picking up today. So with all that being said, I think we're ready to just head on into the store, see what kind of sale they have. I was here Sunday just to look around and see if they started the liquidation sale, and they had it already started. So we were at 25% off, I believe was where it was. I don't know what it'll be at today. Possibly still 25%, but like I said, I was getting anxious. I'm an anxious girly, and I wanted to pick it up sooner rather than later. So if it's 25, I feel like that's not a great deal, but I guess I'll take it if they have the yarns I want. I also just don't know how soon this JOANN's will be closing, what they anticipate doing, and I don't want to ask. So I'm just going in with my gut instinct, and my gut instinct says just get the dang yarn. So that's what we're doing. Anyways, we are going to go in there. I don't need this for that. And we'll do some shopping. Then we'll come back. I'll give you a total. We'll do a little haul of everything we picked up and see how much damage we do today inside of JOANN's for one of our very last shopping trips here. Moment of silence. All right. let's head on in. All bets are off on the yarn ban. Also wanted to quickly mention, obviously you probably already saw it, but I'm mic'd up today because last time Pink Pony Club absolutely assaulted my last shop with me video, which is no problem for me. I love that song, but it's kind of annoying when you're trying to listen to what I'm saying. So I am mic'd up, which is great. I'm feeling good about this, and hopefully it'll work well in the store. So, all right, in we go. Okay, back in the car. Unfortunately, my mic literally broke. I dropped it just a little bit and it shattered. So I couldn't use it, and the music was so loud and there were so many people in there that I just didn't film any talking portions. I'm so sorry. It was just, like I said, busy, and then on top of that, you couldn't even hear me. I tried to do a test one and the music was just blasting today. But anyways, I did pick up some stuff. It's in the back. I feel like I didn't get everything I wanted, and I was a little disappointed with some of the stuff that they didn't have that I kind of expected they would have. Like, they didn't have my big twist tweed or my other colors I really wanted. So I will have to maybe go to the other one that's like sort of close to me and see what they have there. So I do plan on doing that. I'm going to order a new mic though, so that I can hopefully film the second part of that, and then we can do a haul after I get everything I needed. I spent $162, which felt like a lot for what I was getting, but that's what it was. And then on top of that, what else? Oh, none of my coupons were able to be used, which really was crappy. So didn't love that, because I did kind of anticipate using some of the coupons that are online. I thought you could stack them. I guess some stores are letting you stack them, but I guess mine here is not. So probably going to try another Joann's, see what we can get there, and then we'll do a haul of everything at the end. Hi guys, so it is a new day. It's actually been about, I think, a week since we spoke last, but I did in fact go back to Joann's one more time. So we have 2 bags from Joann's here, and I thought while it was still really fresh in my mind, and because things are constantly changing, I would just talk on what's kind of going on right now and just my overall thoughts and feelings on shopping the liquidation sale. If the liquidation sale at this current time is really worth shopping, and whether or not you should be panic buying everything that you can get your hands on at the moment. So I just wanted to give you my own personal opinion. This is not based on any factual information. This is just coming from someone who shops at Joann's and who has shopped at Joann's for a really long time. Just my personal observations in the store as far as pricing goes and what they have out. So when I went back today, and since it's been about a week, like I mentioned, I didn't see any differences in the pricing of items. All the items were still anywhere from that like 10 to 40% off. And then Christmas and Halloween, I think, was still 70% off. So something like that. Nothing too crazy. Yarn was roughly 25% off. My store is not letting you do coupons. I did hear something that if your store was originally one of the 300 that was to stay open, you were allowed to do coupons, and that's why they were still updating them in the app. But if you were a store that was closing, one of the 500, you couldn't do it because it's technically not Joann's anymore. So I don't know, but as of now, today is
February 25th when I'm filming this, so things will change by this point. But as of today, there is another court hearing tomorrow to, I guess, finish up some things, but it looks like all JOANN's will be closing. I'm not sure. Again, this is just what I've been hearing. And also I have been watching Crochet Vision, so definitely check her out if you want some real like factual info on JOANN. She's been going to the court hearings and stuff, and her channel is super helpful when it comes to knowing about JOANN's and kind of the current state of what this store that we all love is going to look like in the future and next couple months. But from what I gathered, it looks like most stores will be open till May, so you do have a little bit of time, and I would highly encourage you, just based on what I have here in front of me, to hold off as much as you can. I do want to go over what I got with you guys really quick, do a fast haul, because I have about a little over $200 worth of products sitting here with me. And I figured, one, it's fun to look at them with you, and two, you might be interested in seeing the prices on the items I have as of now. So we will go for bag one first. Honestly, I just wanted to say though, my initial thoughts are that I'm not really that impressed with the sale prices at the moment. I've definitely gotten all this yarn at far better prices other times. Without further ado, let's get into the yarn prices that we have here. Oh, this is just all the fabric sales. Okay, for bag number one, first up and most boring, I did end up getting this glue, this 2-pack, and it was $4.49. I got it for $4.04. So there was that, nothing too exciting there. And next we have this Bernat blanket yarn in smoky green. This one was $11.99. I got it for $8.99, which is no great deal for Bernat. I feel like that's a pretty regular sale for them, and then typically you can coupon stack. So wasn't really impressed with this, but I did pick it up because at this point I was actually panic buying. I had no idea when my store was gonna close the day I went this time. So I kind of got things that I knew if I didn't get to go back in time, I would have been really sad to have not had. So that's kind of what this bag was. Let's see. The next one I have is vintage white Bernat blanket. Again, $8.99. Again, not a great price, just in my opinion. I grabbed this giant thing of Big Twist. This is the Value Pound Plus. And this one was, let's see, $8.99 again. So again, not great. Like I said, it looks like all the yarn was 25% off. I grabbed two of these Big Twist values for $3.37 each. And then I just ended up getting some of these, which are these stainless steel darning needles. I love these. I've never used the Big Twist ones, but I'm sure they'll be great. As long as it's metal for me, I'm good with that. So these came out to $1.49 for two. I got 2 packs of those. And let's see, I got 2 packs of these buttons, and these are just flower 1-inch buttons. I got these for $3.37. So a 2-pack of these. And then I got these Organic Elements ones, which I really like these buttons too. Let's see how much these ones were. Okay, so these were $2.22, these buttons were, so that's not bad. And then lastly, I got this set of round buttons, and these ones were $3.37. So that's all the yarn and button stuff I got from there. And then the bulk of my total was actually in the fabric. Some of the fabric I got for 40% off. I think actually just one of them. Most of them though, I got for around 20% off. So let me just show you that really quick. So one of the things I really wanted to take up a little more this year was just sewing in general as like a hobby. So I did want to do a puff quilt like I mentioned, and I grabbed 11 different color fabrics to make in this. I got a yard of each. So just to speed round them for you, this is what I'm working with. I'm going for like a green and pink theme. This one was 40% off because it was, what's it called? Oh my gosh, 4th of July. But anyway, these are just all the ones I got. This was my favorite one, I think. Super pretty. And all these prices range, but I think overall the fabric came to like, I feel the fabric alone came to like $99 or something like that. Something crazy. So I had a, what is it, 15 off 75 plus some other, I think 20% off your total purchase. And that's what I was planning on getting, but I did not. So alas, that is all I got for $164, which maybe I'm just a cheapskate, but I just don't feel like that was a good deal. So I left there a little bit discouraged. I'm not gonna lie. I felt the liquidation sale was getting like a little bit talked up in the beginning, and I was just honestly pure panic buying and kind of had the anxiety about it. But once more information started coming out about really when they might actually close and stuff, that's kind of when I simmered down a little more. And that's why I went back today just to see if there was any updates. And since there really wasn't, I just picked up a few more yarns that I know I really wanted. So I ended up getting 2 more big twists in the color black, which those were still that same price at $3 whatever it was I said. And then I grabbed these blue ones because I told you guys I wanted these last time. And honestly, I just got overstimulated in there and I didn't grab any of the things I feel like I really wanted. So I did go grab those 2. And then I did grab this colorway too. This is just a brunette velvet. And this one was on a special sale for $6.97. And when it rang up, I asked the girl like, oh, did it ring up for the right price? Because it showed as $8.99. She's like, yeah, it rang up fine. And then I checked my receipt when I got home and it rang up as $8.99, not $6.97. I probably would have left this. I definitely would have left this had this had been $8.99. But what can you do? That is all I have gotten so far as the liquidation sale goes. As I mentioned, I definitely am going to hold off, and I encourage you, if you can, if your anxiety will allow you, to hold back just a while on yarn. Of course, everyone's area is different, and what will be available or how long your store might be open might be more dependent on their inventory. But something else very interesting that I noticed was I saw a lot more colors out as far as Big Twist was concerned and brunette blanket than I usually see. I found that really interesting. And as I was walking around shopping a little bit more, some woman at the fabric counter said, did you always have these fabrics out? Because I haven't seen these before in store. I only ever see them online. And they were like, yeah, we've had them out, but I had thought the same thing about the yarn. So I don't know if they're putting out then all their back stock, but my JOANN's at the current moment is still pretty stocked. Of course, yours will be different dependent on your area, but as of this current moment, it does look like we're going to be unfortunately losing all of our JOANN's. So I'm just going to keep an eye out and watch closely as it kind of gets closer and closer. Maybe I'll go like, once a week and kind of see what's happening. But just overall at the current moment, I'm not impressed with the sales and I won't be shopping again probably until we get a little bit closer to that end of date. But yeah, that is kind of where I'm at with it now. It also is this really weird feeling when I'm shopping. As someone who doesn't make the same things all the time, it's hard to buy yarn for projects I feel like I haven't really planned out yet, or thinking about fall projects where I would want Big Twist and stuff like that. It kind of takes away that like really magical experience of buying yarn when you're just panic stress buying, and I feel robbed from an experience of buying yarn. And I know that sounds really silly, but something about just having to just mass buy all this yarn when maybe I didn't plan on spending all this money at one time at JOANN's. It's a little bit sad. The whole thing is sad, really, but I don't know. It's a really weird feeling I'm dealing with. And I felt that especially today when I was back in there again. I was just kind of like, not angry, but just I hate that it's going this way. And I know that's kind of how everyone's feeling, but I don't know. I didn't like having to just panic buy yarn and not even really know if that's something I wanted to use, because I was trying to be just so mindful of my yarn stash this year. But anyway, I could probably be babbling on forever about this. And I'm sure by the time this video comes out, I'm sure again, things will change because things have changed on a very regular basis as far as JOANN's goes. I haven't heard anything from the JOANN's Instagram account, and I communicate with them more regularly than not, really. So that's been interesting. I also found out from one of the employees at JOANN's, who I know because I shop there so regularly. She had told me that she found out about JOANN's closing through Facebook before the store told them. So that kind of stinks too. I don't know what that is all about, but I can't speak on it because I really don't know anything. I'm just telling you my personal accounts from what I have experienced thus far with this whole crazy liquidation thing. Another thing I just wanted to say really quickly before I go, I feel like all the people in the crochet knit community, just general craft community, are saying this, but I just wanted to put it out there myself too. Please don't pester these poor employees about when their store is closing, what's going on. They probably know as much or less than us, as I have learned through my store. And also it's kind of essentially asking them like, what day are you losing your job? When are you done here? And it's just not appropriate. It might not feel intrusive or rude, but it can be very rude, especially in these times when they're probably very anxious and very stressed about their job, where they go from here and stuff like that. So just be kind, be mindful, and think if that was you, you probably wouldn't want someone every 2 seconds asking you, when are you closing, what's going on, blah, 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 all this stuff. So as sad as we are, I'm sure they are a lot more sad, and they have, unfortunately, a lot more to deal with it. So let's just hope them all the best. If you want updates, please just check your factual sites. Don't listen to rumors and speculations. Just look for the sources and see what you can find. If you feel you need to panic buy some stuff, do so, but I would highly encourage you to wait just as long as you can, because I think the better deals will be coming, of course, as the store gets closer to inevitably closing, sadly. So that is my 2 cents on JOANN's. I just wanted to get this done while it was fresh on my mind. As I left the store, I just had so many feelings and thoughts, and so I wanted to come home and film this for you guys just about immediately. So let me know anything you want to chat about JOANN's wise in the comments. It will be down there in the comments with you guys, because I know this is not a light matter for a lot of us, especially if you are a small business owner who operates with a lot of JOANN's yarns. This can be a really scary, difficult time, but we will get through it. We'll make it. Something else will take its place. We will find something new. As much as that might not sound realistic at the moment, we'll figure it out as we go. We all will. So just hang in there, be strong. Everything is going to be okay. If you are a JOANN's employee, my heart goes out to you, and I wish you nothing but the best. But other than that, yeah, I think I'm going to close out here for today. Sorry, the end of this just got chatty, but I have a lot of feelings and thoughts as someone who has loved JOANN's for probably as long as I can remember. So, all right, if you like this video, guys, which I don't know what much there is to like about it, but please give it a like. Comment down below. We can commiserate in the comments together. Share this with your other crochet or knit friends who might need some motivation to hold off on that liquidation sale if you can. And of course, until next time, I will be seeing you soon. Thank you so much for letting me take up a little bit of your time here on the internet, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye!